This is my 5th or 6th year working with Helen, but it's my 16th or so in the classroom. When I started in the classroom, I wasn't necessarily thinking that I would enjoy it as much as I do. It's the career that I didn't think I'd ever want, but here I am, and it's the passion where I sit. Most days, if you were to find me in my classroom, I'm teaching chemistry, which is one of my favorite subjects to tutor. I've worked this past year with a student who is a current senior. He is very active with extracurriculars, with football and clubs and a job, and been trying to apply for college this past year. When he came in chemistry in the fall, he was struggling to understand not only what the concepts were, but a bit with his self-confidence, because he was taking a class as a senior that some kids take as a sophomore or junior just because of scheduling conflicts. So he was feeling a bit out of his element, both because of his age and the level of the rigor of the work. And as we worked over this last year, not only did he get really good at understanding the content and having his confidence built up with his skills to where he could walk himself through problems during a session compared to me having to show him step by step. But what really impressed me over the course of the year was his self-confidence to be able to advocate for himself with his teacher. He would be able to go in and go ask questions of, hey, I did this during tutorial, and I know I'm right here, but why is the answer key that you gave us showing this? He was able to ask really intelligent questions. He was able to advocate for himself when he needed the chance for a recovery or a retake, or over the last week or so, since senior grades in the county that he's worked in outside of Metro Atlanta were due just yesterday, I would get live texts from class of, hey, she's now expecting me to do this. Can we be prepared to do X, Y, and Z? And the fact that he would come into a session with a plan knowing what he needed, but also going out of it, knowing what he needed to ask his instructor, was one of the biggest improvements for this student over the last year. And I can't wait to see how this self-advocacy helps him as he heads to the University of Kentucky in the fall, because he's excited, and I've definitely seen a change with him as he's come in to tutoring over the last year. So for me, tutoring just isn't about helping a kid with a current skill. It's about giving them those self-advocacy skills. So if that's something you're wanting with your student, reach out to Helen and the group of us here at Dynamis, and we'll be able to hook you up with the tutor that can meet your students' needs.